Rashee Rice finally got his sentencing from the car accident that he was in. He was clocked doing about 119 miles an hour for about 4 seconds. It had you looked it up a little bit ago. How many cars were involved in that accident? It was like 5 vehicles.
It was a 5-vehicle incident, and 2 individuals were hospitalized, and 2 others were treated at the scene for minor injuries. Fortunately, though, there were no fatalities in the accident.
Right. So Rashee Rice is going to be getting a 30-day jail sentence and 5 years probation. It hasn't came down with what the league is going to do. They're most certainly going to be suspending him at some point in time. We don't really know if he's going to go on the commissioner's exempt list or if he's going to serve his sentence this year, next year. This is still fresh, and so they have time to figure out what the actual legal action is going to be. What do you expect that the NFL is going to do in this situation?
I mean, it's difficult to say just because, again, there were no fatalities involved. But again, you do have the 30 days in jail. You do have the 5 years probation. So I feel like maybe just as a way the NFL could try to maybe make a statement towards him, they could potentially go with 5 games, 1 for each year of probation, something like that. That's typically how a lot of sports is kind of done nowadays, is for the headlines. So I could see them doing something like that, but I don't necessarily see this as a year-long suspension, multi-year suspension, maybe just for multiple games.
Yeah, it's just a shame, man. We were talking about it off the air. It's a shame that this happened. You had Henry Ruggs not too long ago, almost the same situation. Unfortunately, there were some fatalities in that case. You just got to figure out that, like, you have such a gift in front of you playing in the NFL, and doing boneheaded things like these just seems like you're taking it for granted. I hope that he's able to learn from this and move on and continue his career. It seemed like before the injury last year, he was starting to blossom into a legit receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. So I don't know. What do you expect? Do you think it's going to be this year or the following year that he's going to get suspended?
I feel like it could be as soon as this year, and the league just wants to try to send a message as a deterrent, just to say, hey, we mean business. Like, we're gonna do this now. We're not gonna handle this later. We're not gonna push it off. I feel like just for the sake of them sending a message to the rest of the league, they're gonna probably issue it out at some point this year.
I kind of feel like it's gonna linger a little bit because it's still fresh. That they're gonna wait till probably next year. If I had to guess, it'll be next year. And I'm kind of thinking because there have been so many of these driving incidents, it seems like, with these NFL players, I think they're going to go a little bit hard on them on this one and give them probably, I'm going to go like 6 games, something along those lines. We'll see. Obviously, NFL players can always appeal and see how that works out. Obviously you're allowed that, but I just wish these guys would sometimes just wisen up and just start, use your head sometimes, man, and just think about what you're actually doing. There's no reason for you to be driving that fast, it just doesn't make any sense. So I hope the best for him. I hope he learns from it, and I hope he can just continue on his career. Luckily, like we're saying, no one was actually killed in the crash. So,
yes,
just sucks. You got to talk about these things, but it is what it is, man.